What's going on out there in YouTube land? TNT Neon Prime here, and we're back. Yes, we're back with another review, and this time it's going to be on Origin Autobot Jazz. So this is the new from Hasbro, so a completely new mode and everything. So let's get started with the packaging. First up, the packaging, we have his Cybertronic out mode on it. We have Origin Autobot Jazz, and it's of the Buzzworthy line. And we have Megatron, Optimus Prime, Leader 1, of course, Bumblebee on the box. We have on the back of the box his out mode and his robot mode, along with Evo Fusion. So they got this gimmick going on with Evo Fusion and whatnot to make it out of a super gun or whatnot. And we have Jazz here on the side. Alright, enough about the box. Let's get back to Mr. Jazz. So you can pick this guy up from Target. That's why I looked up and found him at. Long story short, I walked in Target to get some mouthwash. Decided to walk over to the Transformer aisle. Didn't see nothing really, so I walked away. Got about 100 feet away, then something said turn around, go back, look again. So I went and looked again, and he was hiding behind a couple of ratchets. So went back, got him. I like, oh well, time to get him. So I'm glad I went back and got him. So that was the story behind it. So let's get straight into his what accessories come with. So he come with this hand cannon, come with this gun here. So it's, we're gonna match it up with, let me get what's name gun, Studio 86 gun out Jazz, and compare them. So they pretty much are the same gun. One is silver, so let me bring them in. So one is silver and one is black. So they pretty much still the same type of gun on it, except for right here in the rear. So they did change and on the blaster here. So it is a different mode for the gun that I see now. So different kind of mode for it. So I guess this is his Cybertronic gun, and this is his Earth mode gun. So yeah. Then we have his hook, and this is the peg that his hook go into right in here. And pretty much the peg, what it do is this peg here goes to this hole here, and we're gonna go ahead and create the Fusion Evo Fusion. So pretty much put the two things together and just peg them into place, and that's where you have that. Alright, so to put this guy on, we'll bring Mr. Jazz in. Just fold in either one of the arms, and he have a port there, and you can create the iconic scene when he was grappling out there towards Optimus in there. So there you go, in that one episode. So there you go for that. Alright, while we got Mr. Jazz up here, we're going to go ahead and go to his detailing. So with Mr. Jazz here, I noticed that on him that they gave his visor a darker blue, which pretty much this is the color of his visor supposed to be. So we bring in Studio 86, you can see that the two visors are different colors. So he had 86 has a Carolina blue visor versus Origin Autobot Jazz has a darker blue visor. Also, if you can see on the front, the headlights are painted different, which these are painted, and this whole piece right here is a lucent piece just painted, and it's painted well. Notice that the stripes are painted different colors. One is a darker blue. The camera don't do it too much justice, but one is a darker blue versus Studio 86 version. Also, the Autobot symbol is totally different versus that. So more about that, we'll get back into that later. Alright, so right here we have, as we go into this, we're gonna go through like his paint work here on his face is pretty much like painted differently also. So this is like a more darker silver than what the 86 is. Alright, so we have no detailing on the arms. The shoulders are totally different sizes versus 86, so you know this is on a totally different mode. Has some detailing here up under here. Let's see. And for if you're wondering, you cannot use 86. You cannot use the hook on 86 because he don't have the peg hole like Origin, Buzzworthy, Jazz do. So we have not much detail. They pretty much, the legs are totally different from 86 also. So the shins are totally different from 86s, so we can see like the differences here, and also the feet are different, so you can tell that they don't follow up with the same mode with that. Alright, and on the back is his backpack. His backpack ain't too bad, so we can see here with both backpacks ain't really too bad with both backpacks. Alright, yeah, so yeah, that's about it for that. We'll go straight into articulation now. Alright, so his head is on a ball joint, so he can look up, he can look down, he can look right, and he can look left. My left, his right, and same here. Alright, arms can go to a full stretch out to here. Elbow can go a full 90. He do have bicep rotation. His arms can go all the way around. His hands can go in to get that, but no articulation on the hands for as rotation. He do have a waist swivel, so that's good they didn't take that away. He can kick this high up, he can kick this high back, so he have full range both ways. He has a upper thigh swivel. His knee can bend that far up. That's about as far as you can get unless you manipulate his transformation. His foot has a ankle tilt. Also, he has a toe down. He has no toe up. He has ports all over him. They have a port, 5mm port there. He has a 5mm port there. Of course, 5mm port in his hands. He has 5mm ports right here on the bottom of his feet. So not only at the toe, but on the bottom. And he has 5mm port in the back as well. So also with that 5mm port in the rear, you can store his gun there. And also if you want to store the hook, you can just put the Evo Fusion back on it and his gun can be stored, his hook can be stored also back there. So let's get back up to some more comparisons with this. So not too much more comparison. So we have the molding here on his waist here on Jazz waist. This molding is painted, but this molding isn't painted. So it's probably good if you want, you can go in and paint this mold about the same color as his visor, which is a dark blue, so that'll pretty much match up. They are pretty much the same height, so they pretty much are, you can see that they are the same height, where oh, excuse me, yeah, they about the same. Like Studio might be a little, not Studio, Buzzworthy might be a little taller, just by a little bit. Yeah, he's just a little taller than Studio 86 Jazz, but pretty much you can tell they're using a different type of plastic on him also. So this plastic feels real thick, and this don't feel as thick as that. As a matter of fact, you can tell, see how thick the plastic is versus the shoulders here on Jazz 86. So you can see where his shoulders are more broad. The waist is different here. He do have more ports than 86 do. So that's pretty much about it for that. The backpack. Even the translucent windshields are different colors, the windows. So I like this color better on them than this color. On the back side, see where they got his legs are captured in the hip, so I like that a whole lot better, where his legs are not captured here in the hip. So they got it pinned there. So I think I like this better. So maybe this is something new they're gonna come out when they bring out a newer Jazz, maybe. So maybe they bring out a cartoon like Earth look Jazz. Also the face, his smirk on the face, he has a slight smirk on this face versus smirk on this face. Alright, so that's it for that, and let's get down to transformation. Alright, for transformation, first what you want to do is bring his backpack out like that, and let this come down. So this is a pretty tight fit here. So what you want to do is pull back on it like that and like that. This translucent glass is pretty much thicker than his glass is, so I wouldn't be worried about it if it's breaking when you hear that snap, because I mean it's really tight up in there. Alright, so you got that done. Then from there we just want to take his chest plate and bring it forward and bring it up for the time being, just like that. So it's just covering his face. Then what you want to do is take the hands and fold them in. So you can transform how you want it, but you know, this is the way I transform them. But you know, you transform how you want, but this is like just, you know, just something for you. You can see how to transform them. Then you'll take his bicep and rotate it. Same here. Take his bicep, because these peg holes are going to serve a purpose. So take that and roll them in. So right now we're just going to raise them up and keep them up like that. So from there, what you want to do, this is on a hinge. So you take this right here and open it up, and which will reveal a door. So you want to take that door and go ahead and bring that up. Also at the same time, bring it as far back as you can exact same time, we're going to bring this leg here and bring it in like that. And then from there, we're going to bring the panel down and lock it back in place. Take his foot and go ahead and have his foot folded in like so. Same verse for the other leg. The hinges are tight too, so, and they lock in real good, so I like that. Same here. Take it, fold it in, and bring it down and tab it into place like so. And then we have that in place like that. So they two tabs here, right here, and we have a tab here and here, and we have a tab here and here. So what we're going to do, well, let me do that again. We have a tab here and here, we have tab here and here, and we have tabs here and here. So what we're going to do, we're going to bring these tabs together. We're going to bring these tabs together right here. And push them in if they do right. So there we have that, and we have the back side of his vehicle done. Then from there, what you want to do is bring his hands down, and remember the tabs here, and we have the tabs here. So what we're going to do is tab them into spot there. So you have to bring his body up so it'll be looking like it's bent out of shape a little bit, and tab that in to them pegs there. Then from there, you can bring this tab forward. So there's a tab there and a tab there, so tab it into the spot right there. So now we got that going on and everything. So bring this forward, which we do the doors last, I forgot. So bring this forward, and we're looking like that. So that's how we're looking there. Then from there, we want to take the top and collapse it in like that. And then, like I said, the tabs that's here and the tabs here are going to tab into place to these places here. Now from here, right here, what you want to do is make sure everything is tight. These are going to overlap these, so they're going to go above them like that. So just pretty much pop them into place. Make sure your tabs are in the right spots. And here, same thing, up and over. Make sure everything goes back copacetically. And there we go. He popped out of place. And they tab into place right there. And there go, we have Mr. Jazz in his Cybertronic mode. And I'm telling you, to be honest, he's not a bad looking, he don't have a bad looking alt mode. So he sits flat, so they got it making it look like he's actually hovering, which he actually did, because they didn't have wheels. I think B had wheels and Wheeljack had wheels, but Jazz, I don't think he had wheels. So there is his alt mode, and he spins around pretty good. So there's his alt mode in his Cybertronian alt mode. So the details on it, we got this nice dark blue. This is the same dark blue that his visors paint out of. We have the dark blue here. There's paint run across there. So the doors look like they're not painted. This part, the front end, is painted. Of course, this part is painted because that's all translucent. This is painted here, of course, with the dark blue. I don't think this back half is painted. The white part is painted. So the wing, the spoiler is not painted. It's all molded, and this area right here is not painted. It's part of his feet. So, and I want to say the gray on his feet is painted. So everything looks pretty good. So that's what we look like from the bottom. Of course, from the front, the grill looks really nice. And there he go in his Cybertronian mode. Alright, so with the gun, you can mount the gun on the top here, and we can have this effect going on right here. It's in the front, on the back of the box, and on the front of the box. And for more areas, you can take his hook and mount and do the Evo fusion, and we have that going on for the Evo fusion. Or you can take these same ports and port it on the rear. You can do as you please, so it has some kind of like little trick. He can go and drop them off on top of the Decepticons, trip them up or whatever. And you could put the port here on the bottom of his shoulders, so we can have it look like he's getting ready to take off also. So things you can do. And so yeah, there he go in his Cybertronian out mode. Alright, we're going to do some size comparison with his Earth mode. So there he is with Earth mode, and Earth mode is taller by, if you stand from nose, by feet and wing. Reason being because his nose on the car mode is longer. So there he is with his Earth mode, side by side, from end to end. So the comparisons, you know, of course they dramatic changes. He's still a two-door. He's still a two-door car vehicle. So yeah, so he's sort of like the Porsche on Cybertron. Alright, up next, thoughts about this guy. Alright, as far as my thoughts on this guy, it's a must-have. If you can find him, pick this dude up. Pick up Jazz. You cannot go wrong with a Cybertronian mode for Jazz. So you'll have his Earth mode, and you'll have his Cybertronian mode. And I think you should pick him up. He's like $24 at Target. You probably can pick him up at other sites like Big Bad Toys, maybe at the Chosen Prime, and maybe TF's Source. So you probably can pick him up there. But if you have a Target in your area, I very highly advise to go check the Target out and check behind every item. So you know how people do, you know, and I'm one of them. I will hide something right now and go get it. So yeah, I think y'all should pick this guy up. He's painted well. Hasbro is doing more paint apps I see on these guys. So yeah, I think y'all should pick this guy up. He's well worth it. And on a note, they're not sealing them they're not in this box here. He's not strapped down in your box, so he's pretty much just clamped and shell in part. So Hasbro need to up their game on this, because somebody can easily steal him right out of the pack because he's not clamped down. So yeah, so they need to start strapping them down. I heard that they were going back to plastic containers, plastic over the windshield, over the window. So I think that's what they need to do. But you know, other than that, maybe they'll get that going. But because they got a whole thing about plastic-free packaging, except for tape and glue. Yeah, they need to go back to the plastic part. I mean, if you're recycling, you can throw these boxes in the recycling bin. That's if you throw your boxes away. So the plastic and the cardboard can go in the recycling bin and go to, you know, the appropriate spot for everything. So yeah, I think y'all like to go ahead and pick this guy up from Target. Go by your Target and pick them up. Alright, if you like this video, give a thumbs up. If you dislike this video, you can give a thumbs down. I'm up to 396 subscribers now, and I'm glad y'all subscribing. So hit that notification bell, hit that subscribe button, and I can bring out more videos like this to y'all. So that being said, and I thank y'all very much. And that being said, as I always say, God is good all the time. TNT Neon Prime out. Y'all be blessed.